client and a friend of Mirav Tarka, who's the best leader ever you can ever hire. So, if I'm live, let me know, please, that everything is okay. There are no comments yet, so we'll see. So once again, my name is Martina. I come from the Czech Republic, from a little city on the border with Poland, from Český Těšín, but currently I live in Prague and also in West Palm Beach in Florida. And I'm here to speak about one amazing book called One. This is the book that changed my life. This is the work that I did with Mirav Tarka. This is year 2019 and 2020. And this is a fascinating journey that I took with Mirav Tarka and 22 other coaches around the world. And let me know, we'll see if everyone's here. Let me see. If you have any questions, you can just jump in and I'll be happy to answer. Okay, let me see. Yes, you're live. We are live. Good. I'm sorry. This is my first time on Facebook Live from my PC. I usually go live on Instagram or in my own group, so this is brand new for me. But Mirav always pushes me to new things, to new challenges, and she's absolutely amazing. So hopefully I can learn this thing from her as well. So, hi everyone. How is it? What it means to write a book? For me, it was a fascinating journey. I thought that I became an Indiana Jones, looking for a treasure within myself. It's a treasure hunt. It's not about writing a story on a paper. It is about getting to know yourself, getting aware what is happening inside and what is happening outside, getting clear on who you are, what your gift is, and what's the way you are going to share your gift with the outer world. So this journey of writing the first book was really amazing and life-changing, transformative for me. Oh, I have one comment already. Somebody's here. Yes, Kate. Hey, welcome. Thank you so much for being here so I can finally see that it's working. Mirav asked me a few questions, so I'll try to answer briefly. She asked me how my life changed after becoming a best-selling author. So it was early 2020 and COVID just started. So I think my life would have changed a little bit more, or maybe in a different way than it happened because of COVID period, of this worldwide pandemic. But it changed a lot. And my mantra is that my business is me. I am my business. And because I changed, I got perfectly clear on who I am, what I'm capable of, what my journey is. My business changed as well. Since 2020, I am celebrating every time I launch a new service, new program, new retreat, let's say, for my clients, because it sells naturally, it sells quickly, and I attract my dream clients absolutely naturally. I don't follow any trends, I don't do analytics, I don't really focus on any niche. I am here, and when I have an idea and I know that this idea comes from my heart and it is aligned with my mind and it is aligned with the higher self and with the universal good, I know I have to work on it and I have to launch it and give it to you. And since 2020, I have met the most amazing clients in the world, around the world, not only in the Czech Republic, but from around the world. So it is true that this book that came out in 2020, March the 3rd, transformed me, my energy. It transformed who I am, and it definitely transformed my business as well. So clarity was one thing that changed. I became clear on what I'm capable of, what I'm good at, what my gift is, and how I want to share it with you guys. Another thing was that when I put my story on a paper, I realized that the story on the paper is vibrating differently than the story in my head and in my heart. And I had to question my thoughts, and I had to question my memories, and I had to investigate and examine all of my thoughts and all of my words that were coming up in my mind. And that was the journey, that was the transformation, because I realized that I used maybe not adequate word, that I was inadequate in many ways. But until I put it on the paper, I had no idea. So when you put your story, your thoughts, when you put your ideas on a paper, and you reflect and you actually examine whether it is aligned with the story you feel inside, then it's perfect. When you actually reflect that it's not aligned, then the transformation and the healing actually happens. So writing, in my case, writing a book means a self-healing practice. It is a self-transformative journey. It is definitely a self-development journey. It is a journey into your own core self. And it may not be always pretty and pink and roses. It's always, but it's always meaningful. It always means a lot. So if you're here to write a book, there is no better place. This is the place to be here with Mirav Tarka, alongside with other amazing souls trying to create their stories and transform their lives by writing a book and becoming a best-selling author. So, next question she asked me was actually, the cooperation with Mirav, what it actually meant to me. So I met Mirav only online. We haven't met live yet in 3 years, almost 3 years. And I'm so sorry, because we had, I think of her as my really dear friend. She's an amazing woman, absolutely the best single mom I've met ever in my life. So Mirav, I adore you, I admire you, and I am so happy. I was so lucky in 2019 that I met you online, and you helped me transform from maybe a caterpillar into a butterfly, because I finally left my cocoon. So Mirav is a great leader. She's tender, she's kind, she's a great empath, so she will really get you. She will get your thoughts. She can sense your fears. She knows when you hesitate and when you are just lazy, and she knows how to push you. She knows how to drive you. She knows how to motivate you. She knows how to hug you. Oh, even virtually. She is an amazing leader, and having Mirav on my side while writing my first book was really life-changing. It was like having a good but very strict friend on my side. And no wonder that after finishing the first book, we decided to write a second book, which was a stay-home book reflecting on COVID. And then the third book, that was the longest period together, that was Lady X. That's over there, this beautiful red book behind me. And Lady X was a completely different story. It was really deep work, a lot of calls. It was more than 6 months journey. And I loved it. I loved every session with her. I loved every editing, every idea. I loved how she pushed me into my best, because of her, I am where I am right now with my writing and with my business as well. And right now I actually finished my first Czech book, so it will be my 4th book in a row. I wrote it with Dominika Bocek, which is an amazing Czech girl, a psychotherapist, previous professional tennis player, a beautiful blondie, and a great mom as well. And we wrote a book on magnetic parenting, and it's coming out on the 10th of October. And I can't wait. It's my first book in Czech. And that was a very different journey than writing a book in English, because English is in a way much simpler simpler and much easier language to write in than my mother tongue, Czech. Okay, so we have 4 people here. Please, we are live here, and I'm excited that I actually technically managed to be live. So if you have questions, write me into the comments. Oh, hi Melba, hi everyone. Write me so I can tell you how it was. I can reveal anything that you want to know. If there is anything you want to know about my writing, about my business, about cooperation with Mirav, about how it feels to become a best-selling author, actually 3 times, then ask me. Or if you have any other questions, I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm actually excited for all of you guys in here because this group seems to vibrate really high, and I can feel the energy. And again, Mirav is the leader of the group, so I can sense her beautiful, strong leadership. And I know for sure that you will succeed. You will all succeed, and you will become best-selling authors. You will become authors of your stories, of your novels, or whatever your dream is to write, actually. And I can't wait. I can't wait to meet you in the bestseller club. So let me see if there are any questions. Did you have any negative comments on your books? Perfect question. Thanks. I did not. I did not. Probably people are too nice around me because I would love to get some criticism, but the positive one, you know, the constructive criticism, so I can get better. I received a few hints and tips from my editor. I received a few hints from my family. I really appreciate that because I love that, and I also am a huge critic of myself as well. So when I read my chapter in the first book, I already knew how I would do it better, how I would rewrite it, and that the next time will be better for sure. But that's the way. It's actually about accepting the way as it is right now. And then next time it will be better and better and better. We are better every day. So this book is almost 3 years old. And yes, I would write it probably in a better mode today. But I'm someone else today than I was that time. So no. If there was some negative feedback, it didn't come to me. I didn't get it. I didn't see it. Didn't read it, so probably everyone loved it. But thank you for the questions, because sometimes it's not easy to deal with haters and with critics, right? Thank you, Kate. So what other comments we have in here? Don't be afraid, don't be shy. Ask me. We are live here in chapter 1 group by Mirav Tarka, and you are all here to write your best-selling book. So ask me anything. I'm here for you. I can just wish you all the best. Good luck. You chose the best leader in the world. Mirav will get you there if you follow her instructions, if you really follow your intuition, and if you're clear on what you want to write, and you actually communicate your idea with Mirav, you will get there with her help. She will get you there. So don't worry. You did the first step. You're here, and you chose the best leader to get there. So any other questions? So let me tell you maybe a little story about the third book. Which one? The Lady X. Lady X was not an easy project. It took us more than 6 months, although we were ready for 3 months work only. And the thing is that during the work, during the project, some of the authors actually didn't get aligned with the overall energy of that book, and they became really negative, and they became as a distraction in that group. And Mira that time was again, she showed her skill to be the best leader, because she really nicely found the core of our group, and she asked the others to either leave or stay, but to get aligned with with the core authors. And she did a great job, because some of the authors left, but the story of Lady X actually, it it was like a rocket science. The story got the sparkle it needed. We improved the story. We wrote more chapters than we planned on. We had an amazing finish of the book. The final chapter we wrote all together with the help of Heidi, our editor, brilliant editor. And when we all read it from the beginning till the end, we had really goosebumps all over our body, because it's such a beautiful story, and it could never happen without the struggle at the beginning. So again, leadership is not only about being friends, it's also about being strong and push the project from the point A to the final point Z, to the best-selling and really the best book we could make in that time, in that group. And I appreciate Mira for the first 3 really hardcore months, because she did very well with communicating this issue among all of us. And then Lady X happened 2 years ago in October as well. We are just celebrating this book's anniversary, and it's just it's just such a feeling, you know. Lady X is my favorite book out of the 3 books, so I was really excited that we finished and that the book says what it actually says. If you haven't read it yet, please go to Amazon, download the Kindle for, I don't know, $1, or go to my website, download it as well, and just read it. You will read it from the really chapter 1, the sexy chapter by Mira Tarka, through my chapters, the 3rd and the 4th chapter, where I speak about soul clearing and this maternity love and so on, till the end, where we all actually come into this grand finale. It's a beautiful book and I love it. So I hope you will speak about your books with such an excitement and love in your heart as I speak about our Lady X. All right, guys. So any questions? Melba, thank you. In what way did you align with your book? Did you align before, during, or after the book? All right. So it's an excellent question. The first book one, I actually wrote the final chapter, and the final chapter was written by me like in 2 nights only. It's called Life's Toolbox, and as Mira really enjoys saying, it took me 1 bottle of good red wine to write it. It's not too long, but it's really meaningful for me, and I had it inside of me for a long time, because it is all about the year 2015, which was a really hard year for me, and I had it on my mind, and I didn't know that I need to get it out. So I did, thanks to Mirav, in 2019-20. And I think that I was aligned with that chapter before I started writing. But then when I wrote it and I saw it on the paper, it needed little tweaks. It needed editing, because some of the words were not correct. It didn't really align with the energy of my memory that I had with that event. So I was aligned with the overall story, but then on the paper I had to tweak it a little bit, and then I aligned again. And now when I see it and when I hold it, I'm perfectly aligned with it. Although I would tweak it a little bit as well right now, I fully accepted that book. With Lady X, that was a collaborative writing as well. There were 5 of us, 5 authors. Some chapters I aligned immediately with. Some chapters were a little bit more difficult for me to get aligned with, because I didn't expect Lady X to have such a hard life, or to go through those events that the other authors decided to take her. But overall, I aligned immediately when I read it all from the chapter 1 till the end. Then it all made sense, and then I was like, oh yes, this is the story. I can feel myself there. This is it. So in Lady X, it was a little bit different. There I aligned with that book after it was published, actually, not by pieces, but after it was published. And now with my Czech book, wow, that was immediate. When I read a few chapters, actually Dominika called that sessions, like sessions, therapy sessions. So she wrote 9 therapy sessions, and when I read them, I was like, okay, this has to go out. This has to be read by all mothers in the world. I got aligned very quickly. And what I did was that I actually edited those sessions. I brought my case studies from my life actually into that sessions. I made her language, because it's a really high spiritual language, I made her a little bit easier so it is readable for all the readers. And we really nicely clicked together. So I was aligned with her magnetic parenting, with the idea immediately. And as we were writing it, every session, every chapter, every photograph, every affirmation, every motto, I was actually more and more deep in love with that book. So right now I'm like radiating from Magnetic Parenting book, because it's gonna be amazing and changing a lot of lives, at least right now in the Czech Republic and Slovakia, where we can all read it in Czech, but we plan on translating the book into English. So you can get it, I'm sure, next year or 2024 we will have it in English, hopefully thanks to Miravtarka again. Okay, so that was about my alignment. And yeah, the wine works. Yeah. Yes. Red wine. It does work. Yes, it really does. Thank you. I am actually quite easily, or I'm a person who can get really easily disrupted. So when my kids actually calls me, or I can hear the washing machine, or I know that they're in the bedroom playing, or I just know that they are at home and I'm not alone, it is disturbing. I cannot focus. So when Mirav told me that this was my deadline, I have to send it to her by 11 p.m. Otherwise, I'm out of the project. I really had to sit down and focus. And I sent everyone away. And I had this bottle of red wine, and I didn't drink much. I had like 2 glasses, but it was like, okay, just the wine, just the computer, nothing else. No light outside, no phone, no TV, no kids, no hubby, no one. Just me and the computer and my story. And when I sent it to Mirav and I sent her the text message, I was like, oh yes, oh yes. And this was the beginning, actually, when I found out that I am much more capable than I thought that I was. So right now, I know that I can do that. I can open the computer and focus. I can prepare an excellent program for my high-end clients, and I'm going to have a successful launch. And I know I'm going to sell it. I know I'm going to lead my clients into their success in their business and life and so on. And I know what I'm doing. I'm pretty clear about that. And I'm really hardcore strategist in that way. But I have to say, this is thanks to Mirav and her first push in 2019, when she was really strict. So thank you again, Mirav, about that. Okay, another question. What's the difference for you when you write in Czech or English? English is easier. English is easier because I read in English. All the books I read are in English. So it's easier for me to write in English. In Czech, it was difficult. Czech is a beautiful language, but it's a difficult language, and there is always like 5 different ways of saying one thing. So you have to be playful with the adjectives, and then with grammar, with commas, and so on. It's so difficult. So I was happy we found an amazing editor as well, and it wasn't easy to write for me in Czech. Not to sound too silly, you know, in that language, because you want to sound educated, you want to sound clever in that language, and in Czech language it really is not an easy way to do so. So English is easier, Kate. Write your book in English. Fine, awesome. Hi Melba, hi Lynn. So ladies, what are your books about? What's your dream? What's your topic? Or any other questions? What kind of wine do you drink? Tell me. I will wait for your answer. And what else do I want to say? Oh, I want to say one more thing. When we became best-selling authors, when we got the badge, I actually organized a party for my friends and for my launching team, friends who helped me to focus and to write, and who were clapping for me, and who bought the book the first day. We needed them to buy it that day, on that launching day. And that was very helpful. So writing a book alone is very different from writing a book in a group. The support you get from a group, it's tremendous. It's an immense difference, really. So I was in love with my launching group. I could actually share my fears. I could share little paragraphs of my book. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? With Lady X, there is it. With Lady X, I actually asked my my friends and my launching group what kind of name they prefer, because I wasn't sure on naming the one of the character. And then when somebody actually suggested to name him Victor, I was like, oh, this is it. We need a Victor there. We need somebody who is cocky and arrogant, and Victor is exactly that name. And it was really helpful. So writing a book in a group makes sense, and it's really supportive, and I enjoyed it a lot. And then you can organize a party. I had it live, but you can have it online as well, because we celebrated with like with these 23 authors. We celebrated online, all in one time, in online virtual space, all around the world. So both counts. It's just about the party. Plan it ahead. It's amazing. We had some wine with this cover. We had even a cake actually in this color. So it was really, really nice. My book for this group is about working at a domestic violence shelter. Wow. It's called Shelved and Sheltered. Oh my gosh, Melba, wow. Thank you so much. This is such a meaningful topic. Thank you for for choosing such a topic. Not many books actually go so deep, so thank you for that. Violence shelter. Me and my friend, we established a foundation 7 years ago, and the foundation actually helps abandoned children, abandoned newborns in the Czech Republic. There are more than 500 newborns a year abandoned in the maternity hospital. Crazy. So part of them go, of course, into this topic as well, because domestic violence is one of the reasons why women go to hospitals alone, and they decide to abandon their newborn and leave him or her there. So thank you. Oh wow, how beautiful to create that. Yeah. Yes, because that was the year 2015. 2015 was a big transformation year for me. My husband was really sick with cancer, but he got over it. We managed. It was a happy end story, but it took me a while to accept it. It took me a while to get clear from all the fear that it will come again, and that we will have to go through these hard times again. So it took me a year or two to get out of this, and the foundation actually helped me a lot, because by helping others, you are helping yourself. So the same applies on writing a book, right? Because you're writing for yourself, you're writing for others as well. You're helping others to see your story. You're helping others to see how you actually work, what you do, how you share your gift, and you inspire them. You motivate them to live fully, to help others as well, and maybe to write a story as well. So the foundation or endowment fund was actually for me to help me in the first place, because I wanted to be helped. And then, wow, it's more than 3,000 newborns after 7 years that we have already helped, which is, wow, amazing, isn't it? Now we are quite a big organization. Now we even have employees, but at the very beginning there were just the two of us, and we had the will, the power, and the energy and time to express our gratitude, to express our will to do something for others. So that was very, very nice and tender intention at the very beginning. Thank you, Melba. Thank you. Wow. So I have to tell you one more thing. Maybe you are wondering, why am I in such a sparkling dress with jewelry and so on? But I want to tell you that because of Mirav and her online sessions and her push, and because of her who made me the best-selling author with her first book, I changed my attitude to my online business. I found out that online doesn't mean at home in pajamas or a sweatshirt. It is as important as it would be in life. It is really important. Your presence is important. Your energy is important. And when I'm here in pajamas, you would probably be in your pajamas as well, and you would feel it. You would feel that I don't care. But I do care, and every time I speak about my cooperation with Mirav, about my books, about my programs, about my business, about my life, I do take it seriously. I am here, I am an open book. People can ask me anything, and I give them an honest answer. And because I take it seriously, I always dress myself seriously as well. So today I wanted to celebrate with you. So I took this really celebrating dress for you, ladies and gentlemen, because I wanted to celebrate you and your courage to go for it, to go and become a best-selling author, because it will change your life, and it will change it positively, and you will feel it. And when it does change your life, you will come back to this live session and you will say, Martina said something about that, yeah. Or maybe you won't even remember, but you will feel it. You will be so successful, and you will be so calm inside, and so aligned with your inner message, with your outer message, and with everything that is up there ready for you. So go for it. Take a pen or open your laptop and start writing. It's so worth it, so worth it. I love writing. Thank you, Melba. So, Melba is writing, I had a book cover done and it was a disaster. The agency created a free cover because I won their contest. There was an amputee on the cover. I'm not sure why. Ooh, how did you come up with the cover concept for your books? Tap into my sexiness. Okay, covers. Wow. So because these 3 books with Mirav were collaborative writing, we all had to agree on the cover. But this was pretty simple because we are all presented here, and Miraf was the one who actually suggested the graphic format of this one. With Lady X and with Stay Home book, again, Miraf came up with some ideas. We all contributed with some ideas, and then we just picked one that that was like the most aligned one with all of us. And with my checkbook, I have a similar experience as you, Melba, because with our checkbook, we had a very beautiful photograph of me and Dominica, and like a graphic design of a magnet, like a magnetic parenting. We were holding this magnet, and we had a really nice cover ready. But unfortunately, Euromedia, which is the company here in the Czech Republic that that says yes or no if you can get into bookstores, Euromedia said that no, that this cover is too American and that they want some emotions on that cover, and that they want a child in negative emotions on that cover. But child with emotions on that cover, that was unacceptable for us, because again, the book is about parenting, about positive and conscious parenting. It's so full of love, and we just felt that we wanted to be on the cover. However, we came up with a very different cover. We came up with this little heart presented by like child's hands. So it's not our hands, but it's our child's hands, and it's beautiful. It's very soft. It's an amazing cover, full of hearts. It's pink and yellow. You will see. I can present on the 10th of October. I will present in this group my checkbook, and it is beautiful. It definitely, you know, is the right choice. Yet Euromedia didn't agree on this one, so we'll go other way around, and we'll get into bookstores a different way. And it's a pity, because the book cover sells. The book cover gives you the tone, gives you the energy of the book. It is important, and it should be aligned with the author, not with the bookstore or with the publisher or with anyone who does the business. It should be aligned with the author, with the author's intention and idea. But the business is as it is. Yes, I have to, oh wow, awesome. Yeah, so the book covers, that's a topic itself. But I wish you like it. You know what, in this first book I write about the life's toolbox, and the first tool for your happy life is actually tool number 1, the energy of acceptance. The energy of acceptance. So the energy of acceptance is the pure energy that flows in your veins, beats in your heart, and flickers in your stomach when you fully accept yourself and the reality. So when we accept it, we stop fighting it. When we accept what we cannot change, then we stop fighting and everything calms down. And you know that even the cover you didn't choose is the right one, because it couldn't be done differently. So it is the right one. So don't worry too much about it. The right readers will find the book, I'm sure. Okay, ladies, do you have any other question or request? I'll wait for you so you can write me. Let me look what I had for you. About hesitation. If you're in the group and you still hesitate to write your book, I think this is the time to take a breath and go for it. And really jump into the water. Just write Miraf, yes, I'm in. I'm going to do that. I want to become a bestseller too. I want to change my life. I want to give my topic to the world. Thank you, Kate, as well. Thank you. So, if it's all for you, Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, each one of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your writing, for your future books. Thank you for all your ideas, words, and energy that you put into your writing. And I love reading books. So when you have your book ready, when you publish, when you become the bestseller, please get in touch with me. Let me know. I am your fan. I will clap for you. I'll be so happy to congratulate you publicly. Please let me know that you achieved your goal, that you achieved your dream, that it came true, and that you're here holding your book proud, clear, and aligned with yourself. I am very, very happy for you already because I can feel it. I can feel that you're going to achieve anything you desire. So thank you so much for being here with me today. Wishing you best of success in every book. Thank you, the same to you. If you have any further questions, you can just write me below this live stream. Have a wonderful rest of your day and hope to see you soon. Bye.